Hello, this is the second video I've done today. This one is going to be about 3 stories. They're very short-lived, that's why I'm doing 3 in 1. First one is going to be about when, close to about the beginning of my visits when they started 15 months ago. I think I was just finding out that they were extraterrestrials. It had got where, because I'm a night owl, and it had got where I was so excited about my visits that I would go to bed early because I was so anxious to visit them, or have them visit me, I should say. They were and still are a very positive event in my life at this, well, and forever. So I was very excited to always go to bed early. I would start going to bed around 8:30. And now keep in mind that I still take sleeping pills because I'm a chronic insomniac. And it takes 30 minutes to sometimes an hour to kick in. I do this thing that helps me relax when I go to bed, and that is I do color by numbers on my phone, and then during that time I eventually get tired, put my phone up, I go to sleep. So it was after 9 this one night. This might be more than 3 visits. I was getting ready to go to bed. It was after 9, and I was letting my daughter's dog out. I still have that visual. I was letting my daughter's dog out for the last time that night, and then I was going to go to bed. So I let him out, and I'm standing behind the love seat, which to the left of me was a sliding glass doors. I heard him do a weird bark, and I turn and look out the doors, and there was this, probably as big as my head, a big orange orb that was coming from the area where my bedroom window is, and I seen it zoom around the backyard deck, and it wasn't like real fast, but it was fast, and I'm like, was that what I think it was? And then all of a sudden, my daughter's dog, now keep in mind, he's a German Shepherd mix, and he's a fat dog. He's so fat. He comes walking real fast right behind it, like he was so excited. And I just got this impression that he was thinking, oh, a toy, you know. And he was walking so fast, following it around the deck. I don't know what those size orbs contain. Is it little beings in there? Because I do think they come in all sizes. Or was it controlled by thought? Okay, I'm gonna leave that one there. Another one that I was late going to bed on, and this happened to me twice. One, because I was late going to bed, and one, I was just sitting on my bed. So the first one, I'm in the shower. My daughter and I had to go work out. I was late going to bed. It was almost 11 o'clock this night, and I'm in the shower, and then all of a sudden I see above this, my right eye, little like white dots of light. And I'm like, what in the world is that? And I was looking all over the shower thinking there's something in there. Thought something was in my eyelashes. And I started rubbing my eye, and when I closed my eye to rub it, I seen them with my eyes closed, and it was a lot. I just kind of relaxed and went with it, and I can see movement in my peripheral vision that would block out the lights. Like something was in front of the lights walking. And I'm sitting there thinking, what in the world is this? What's going on? And it finally just went away. And it was like that maybe a good 3 minutes. And the second time I was on my bed, I don't remember what I was doing, and I think I had looked up and I saw weird design. It was like what do you call that? I don't remember what you call it, but it was like zigzag lights, and it was on, I think, both eyes at that time. And so I thought in my head, and maybe even out loud, you know, please show me what this is, tell me what this is, help me understand. And it stayed like that, and no matter how I looked, you know, it was there. And then all of a sudden I heard my daughter coming home, and everything went away. And that was the last time I saw that. Another one is recently, very recently, not even a week ago. Sometimes the beings who come and visit me are either in my room or in the doorway in the hall that comes into my room. I had woke up and rolled over in my bed where I would be facing that. All I had to do is look down toward the foot of my bed. Right when I did, this head comes around the corner and it had 2 red glowing lenses. I think they were almond-shaped eyes. If not, they look like aviator glasses. I think that's what you call them. He looked around at me and the red kind of illuminated the hall and his face. He had hair probably down to like where mine is, and it was wavy. Well, I'm assuming he noticed I was looking that way and his head goes back. And then he comes back and he slowly looks into me again, and he goes back. And I'm like, I'm telling him in my mind, because I know they can read your mind. I'm telling him, come on in. And you can see him, it's barely peeking. And I'm like, okay, he's not coming in. And I fell back to sleep. This wasn't a visit, this next story, but it really touched my heart. We went and bought a, I can't remember the stone name, but it was a pendulum. And I hadn't used one in years. Anyway, I just went and bought this one, and I got a cloth that says yes, no, ask again, maybe. There might be something else on there. But anyway, no matter what I did, it would not move. It just stayed in one spot. And I'm sitting there thinking, well, you moved for me in the store, because you have to ask pendulums, are you made for me or not, you know? And it moved. Well, I'm at home trying to ask these questions. It wouldn't move, and I kept feeling something touching my hand. And I'm like, okay, is this my guides trying to help get it to move or something? I don't know. And then I kept asking, and I'm getting frustrated, and I'm like, why is it not moving? Why is it not asking? And I kept feeling the energy touching my hand, and I'm like, okay, you know, I'll just do it later. And then later, I remembered you're supposed to cleanse your crystals before you use them, because you'll get a different kind of energy coming through in a false answer. So I thanked my guides for the guidance and them trying to get my attention. But I thought that was the sweetest thing ever. So those are a few of my stories. When I went to visit my friend, when I go there, their energy there kind of triggers me and gives me a higher, my gifts tend to rise. And when I was there at their house this past weekend, I felt a bump on my stomach. I have seen Sasquatch in their house, because they have Sasquatch in their house. I had sensed a being around that smelled of men's cologne, and the husband said that it must have been her dad because he had passed. And that day was his birthday. And I'm like, oh. And I mentioned that to her when she came back. And then later that evening, I smelled cigar and pipe, a tobacco pipe smell. And I looked at him and I said, who has passed that you know that smokes cigars or smoking pipe, tobacco pipe? And she's like, my dad. I'm like, that's amazing. So that gift has popped up. I kind of have had that gift, but it activated there somehow, or raised. I don't know. I don't know how that works. Just looked up and I saw 10:10 on my timing thing on my phone. So yeah, I'm going to end this video here, and I have to go to Walmart, which does not excite me a bit. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Don't forget that helps me. So I love everybody, and I'm sending all of you love, light, and peace. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and hit the notification bell. I love you guys. Bye.